today is so powerful. Like the energies right now are incredibly powerful. I posted something that I will post in the Soul Voice Circle. I think I posted it on my personal Facebook page, and it's a picture of a mother. It's like a representation. It's a conversation from a woman looking at what was it like for Mary, Jesus's mother? What was it like for her as Jesus's mother? Did she have dry, cracked nipples? Did she have, from nursing? Did he have problems latching? Did he play the instrument? Like all these questions that I can tell you honestly, I've had these questions in my life. I don't even know how many times. And what was so interesting as I read these words that it was almost like a poem to me, and maybe it was a poem, but I was listening with it was like falling away from the structure of how the story has been told, how history has been presented, how the story, and how hard it is to even make room for the questions. And I think we are making room for these questions. And boy, I wasn't planning on getting this serious today, but I'm gonna go there because I love y'all. And I may actually write about this today. I feel like it's like asking the questions has been worn right out of us, because to ask a question is in and of itself, it's been presented as blasphemous. It's been presented as an affront to the holiness, in which, as though we are supposed to take everything at face value. And like right now, I need to share this because as I'm sharing this, I'm literally having this level of grief rise up in my body, like right up, moving from my root chakra right up into my heart space, where I feel like I'm gonna, like, my lungs are filling with fluid is what it feels like, moving up into my heart space, up into my lungs, up into my high heart, up into my throat right here. And I'm feeling like this, what would feel like, the beginnings of acid reflux, where that point is in your, where you feel almost like bile rising up right here that just cuts you off from being willing to speak. And I'm sitting here going, oh my gosh. I can't even tell you how many times over the last few years I've come up against this, and everything in me goes, like, don't do this. This is too much. I'm being really candid right now. And as I read that yesterday, I felt it like it came up. And right now, as I'm talking about it, it's coming up, and I'm feeling this experience. I'm trying to get my phone to not tip over. This experience, it's not working. This experience of release and opening. And opening to what? I don't know. Marnie, hello. Oh my gosh, good to have your energy here. And so, and actually, I'm not even surprised that you're showing up as I'm talking about this. Like there's this, it's not like what we think when we talk about the divine feminine, when we hold this energy of what it is to be in vibration with the mother, with what we imagine, our mind can't even conceive of what it is we're talking about. Hi, Tom. I'm glad you're on. We can't even conceive of it. What we are talking about is we are opening up to the wholeness of our humanity, the holiness of our humanity. And right now, like, I'm going to cry. I just feel this. It's so, we don't get to, like, we, me, you, each one of us individually doesn't get to touch it without it having an impact to all. And we don't get to break free of this human experience, this some people would call it purgatory, prison, hell, whatever we want to call it, this that has been created. We don't get to escape it. We get to come to it, and we get to see with our whole self, our whole being, our eyes, our senses, to feel into all of those crevices, all of those nooks and crannies that we've been told, don't look there, don't speak those words, don't ask those questions, don't, and it's all being laid open. And in it, it is both beauty and the deepest ugliness, the most beautiful beauty that we can even conceive of, times 100, times 1,000, and the most depraved thoughts, beliefs that are so counter to the human experience, that we have to bear witness to this. And how do we do that? How do we do this? And it's in these moments, like when I was talking, so for those of you who are joining a little bit late, I posted this piece, and I'll repost it in the Soulwise Circle. I posted this to my, I believe it's to my personal page last night. And it is something that stirred me so deeply. And it was this woman's reflection on what it must have been like, or what could it have been like, asking the questions that I myself have wanted to ask about what Mary, if we hold the story of Mary and Jesus, right? We hold the story of the mother, Sharon. I'm not surprised you're here. Angeline, welcome. Elaine, welcome. That story that we take as the virgin birth, that there was no pain, that there was no blood, that there was no trauma for the baby or for the mother, that it all just happened miraculously. As a matter of fact, he just appeared out of nowhere. And did he take to the breast? We'll never know, because that's just too human for this human expression of the divine. We don't ask, because because you should be ashamed for asking. And or for thinking about Jesus suckling a breast is blasphemous. To think about his birth as holy in what it is to be a woman, to be a mother, to all of that, to think that somehow he bypassed that. And so there, like, it's in me right now, like I'm feeling this, is that we are coming to a more honest place, a more, like, how can we deny ourselves? How can structures that we have held to deny that which is holy and beautiful? To deny and to dishonor the body, and to be righteous in it. Whether it is the female body, whether it is the black body, the brown body, the unholy body, the not like me body. This is what is coming into our consciousness. So if you have been having these moments of reflection, these moments of feeling edgy, feeling like your questions, your concerns, your breaking free, breaking out of the constructs, out of the prison of the mind, that it feels blasphemous, that it feels wrong, we are coming right up to the edge of that. And we're coming into that edge, not just one of us. As one of us is coming to this, we are all coming to this. We are seeing the ugliness of humanity and we are seeing the beauty of humanity, and we are getting to not dismiss it. We get to face it and see it and be with it so that we can come together and merge through this. And so I share this because as I do these practices every day, as we are using this practice, what we are doing is we are expanding beyond the mind. We are expanding beyond the construct to feel what is truth, what is real in who we are, and then bringing that consciousness back into the experience of this now moment, of this body, moving through this life, moving through these structures, and we are forever changed. We are forever experiencing something more expanded. We are seeking it, we are longing for it, and we are choosing it. There is an opening that once through, you can't come back into. You can't come back to what was. It's the same that we are experiencing here in the US, that the genie is out of the bottle, so to speak, with racism. We can't not see it. We cannot not know how politics, religion, culture have shaped our thoughts to be closed to the experience of our brothers and sisters. And now that we're open, there's that part of us that's seeking the comfort of what had been just story. And the stories that are coming don't match, don't bring comfort. They bring more rawness, more openness. And so this practice that we're doing is a way of acclimating to something greater. And as we are doing this, we are bringing that energy into the fullness of the consciousness of humanity. It's not to whitewash it, it's to be fully willing to experience it and know that what is flowing through us, what we are experiencing in the mind, in the body, in the spirit, in the vibration, that we are that, and we are more than that. And that is true for all of us. And it gives us space for something new to emerge, space for something new to experience. Kathy, you wrote, and that is exactly what the early church leaders, men, wanted us to feel. That is why they took out the strong feminine from the writings. But in Mary Magdalene's writing, she says Jesus wanted us to know him as only she did, both human and divine. Right. And so it's understanding that, because as soon as we, even in that, we begin to see that there are teachings that are beyond what we could conceive at the time. And even some of the men who were in those positions believed righteously that what they were doing was for the good. They were shaped to see the world through one lens. And yet some were brought into a vibration of this isn't enough, and they moved in and saw new things. So it is this both and, it is this weaving. And I agree, it is so powerful when we come to hear the different stories, when we come to feel the fullness and experience the fullness of this human experience, which many spiritual teachers throughout the ages have shown us. Jesus is but one of them. There are women who have taught, and it is in the needing to uphold something that is inhuman to hold, which is this idea of purity. It is not a human construct to be pure, to be without fault, to be without learning. We are a learning vessel. We are also a creating vessel. And that is powerful. But it has been taught that that is not powerful. That to seek the divine is to seek perfection. But we come to know our perfection through our living into that vibration of it. Michelle, you said, thank you, Kathy. I have such an affinity for Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene. I would love to learn more and reading and exploration on these women, and I agree. And Kathy, if you would like to post some of the books that you're reading in the Soulwise Circle, I think that would be valuable. I know that you have shared that, and I think it's very powerful to open up to this. So I did not plan to talk about that today, but it feels like the right time as we're emerging, and it's understanding that in the practice that we're doing, in this harmonic alignment practice, what we are doing is we're opening to that which is beyond our cognition, that which is beyond what we can put words to, put structure to. So as we go into structures or stories, even the stories of Mary Magdalene, even the stories of Mary, Mother Mary, as we go into this energy, understanding that even the stories have been built in a construct. And so we are pulling outward to feel the energy of it and realizing that there's so much more than what the mind could conceive, so much more in the teachings of Jesus, in Buddha, in Muhammad, than we can fully experience. And so we go into them, we feel them, and in this practice we expand beyond that. Angeline, you said, oh my gosh, I got a strong message about perfection is not destination, but it's about infinite flaws and infinite forgiveness. Yes. And I will say that forgiveness is a construct that that keeps us in the idea of our our inherent brokenness. To seek or to be forgiven implies that there is something, that there was an intent. And as we come into this practice and we breathe into the experience of wholeness, as we come to it, be in the awareness of how you feel. Be in the growing awareness of what is broken, what is wrong, what is faulty, what is flawed, what is lacking in you in that moment. And just notice that. Just notice that. And so as we come into this is powerful discussion. But we are being brought into this. And this is much of what we are doing in this practice is opening up to something so much greater than our mind can hold. So we come to it through the experience of it. Michelle, we've been ingrained with the idea of original sin. We are born not perfect and places our power outside of ourselves. Yes, yes, exactly. I think this practice brings us back to the truth of our power. Exactly. It is inherent in our being. Our perfection is what we have been breathed in from perfection. So why would we not be perfect? The sin is the story that has been wrapped around us. And we are coming to this. Now, here's what I will say is that the current consciousness is one that allows for us to see and experience this. I do not believe we were in a consciousness that could allow that beyond here and there. We were not as supported in that, and I believe there has been greater expansion in this. Sharon, um, or Michelle, the power of and inherent perfection. Yes. And Sharon, you said this is a little deep but very interesting. Anna, Godmother of Jesus by Claire Hartsong, best to read small bits at a time. Yeah, I think as we come to this, and I've heard of that, Sharon. So I think that we touch on this. We touch on the way that the mother, the energy of the feminine has been sanitized. How we talk about women's issues, those parts, plumbing, that we don't use images or ideas because of what that may mean. And we are coming into that the same. There's a politicized view of the feminine body and of bodies of color. And it is inherent in it is like it's written into us, and that is starting to fade. Kathy, we are to remember that what is housed in this vessel of ours is a perfect soul, a soul that will go on when the body wears out, and this soul has no sin. Neither does the body. Neither does any part of our vessel. And that is what we're coming to. Michelle, the story of original sin and my unworthiness felt so off to me, enough so that I dropped going to church while I was pregnant with my first. I just couldn't understand how the baby I was carrying was somehow broken from the get-go. That is the wisdom of the mother. That, as we hold that in ourselves today, as we hold ourselves in the vibration of wholeness, understand what we are coming to, what we are rising into. This is the depths of the practice that we're doing. And for those of you who are going to be joining me tomorrow at the workshop, we will be going into some of this. I'm beginning this in the 4 parts. We will be digging into the depths of how this practice helps us open to the truth of who we are. So if you're called to it, if you have not signed up, I still have a couple of spots. I would love to have you be a part of it. It's not too late. So register today, and I would register before 4 o'clock so I can get you some information. If you have questions, let me know. But this whole week has been almost a prep for what we're going to be talking about. It's been like a peeling back, and it's not about overriding what you're doing in your current life. It's about amplifying. It's about helping you come into this wholeness and coming to feel and experience life as it is unfolding. So if you are called to it, I invite you to sign up. If you're called to it and don't know what to do, call me, message me. I'm available today. I'm doing work, so I will be glad to help. And I am glad that for everybody who's signed up, this is an amazing group of people. And so there are a couple spots left. If you're feeling called, the entire group's calling you in. All right. So we should breathe, because that's the whole point of this today. But I will repost that post in our group so you can see it. I know some of you have already commented on it on my personal page, so I will make sure to share it. I was going to do that yesterday and I didn't get to it. So thank you for joining us today. So I'm going to invite everybody to get comfortable, take a couple of deep breaths. I don't have to run out and get the dog. Coming into this now moment. Taking some deep breaths, coming present. And just when I breathe in, I imagine breathing in the light of love. Love and appreciation into this body, into this beautiful vessel. And every breath I relax, feeling nourished, feeling every cell of my body open to receive the breath and all of the gifts that come with it. And exhale any stress, worry, concerns, bringing me to this present moment. And I breathe in behind my thoughts and emotions, allowing my attention to just fall back away from all of the noise, all of the busyness of the mind, all of the emotions of this now moment, and find that quiet space inside, that place where I am clear and quiet and still. And I just breathe, acclimating myself to just being in this now moment. Every breath coming easily and effortlessly. And I find that I can enjoy this quiet, this stillness, like being on a boat in the middle of a lake that is so still. There's no wind, there's nothing happening. It's just quiet and the water like glass. Fully present to this now moment. And I know that this is available to me anytime that I need it. That in a few short breaths, I can be here. And in this now moment, I have access to the divine, access to my highest knowing. Moments of clarity come easily here. And it's from here that I bring my attention to my physical body, realizing that it is operating in perfect and divine order. Every cell following its blueprint, fully aware of its function, heart cells beating alongside other heart cells in rhythm, pumping the blood through this body, bringing nourishment, taking away waste, carrying that love through the cells of the blood that all know exactly how to operate. The lung cells knowing how to draw in the breath, to welcome in the oxygen, and to release that which is no longer needed. We don't have to think our heart into beating. We don't have to think our lungs into breathing or our mind into thinking or sending impulses and signals throughout our body, ensuring that we remain alive and functioning as we are aware of our experience in this now moment. Every part of us knows its function, and every cell works with other cells in the function of the organ or the part of the body that it is a part of. And every part of our body works in harmony with the other parts of our body effortlessly. And we breathe in appreciation into every cell, into every organ. Appreciation nourishes the function and expands the capacity, expanding what is good, what is God. And we breathe as we vibrate in appreciation in the divine operation of this physical form. And it is from here that we bring our attention outward to our energy field that is moving and flowing all around and through us. It's like an atmosphere to our physical form. It amplifies all that is good, all that is God, that we resonate in the vibration of what is true of who we are. We breathe in, feeling the vibration of our energy all around us, alive, vibrant, connected, permeable. As we feel the flow of life move in and through us. It is this energy field that is our first connection with the world around us. It is where we first experience other, whether in form or energy and vibration. We experience it through our energy field before we experience it in our senses. It is how we know that we are of something greater. And we are open and resonant with all that is good, all of life flowing through us and to us. We experience life and nature all around us. Our awareness growing beyond the physical. And it is in this expression that we feel all of those who are breathing with us. As we breathe, we feel each other across time, across space. We are in proximity with one another and we are finding our rhythm together as we breathe and resonate in this beautiful energy. It is from here that we bring our attention beneath our feet to our connection to Mother Earth. This cord, we are like an umbilical cord connected to her, to the core of her, attaching to our energetic field beneath our feet. We feel her love as it is always flowing in and around us, moving in and between every cell, every molecule of our being, moving and flowing with all of the energy that is a part of us. Warm and red and thick, we feel the gentle pull of gravity on our being. It's like a hug, pulling us to her. We feel her love rise up around us, in us, through us, giving us a place, home, and an awareness of belonging. We are hers, and she is ours. And we allow our appreciation for her love and our appreciation for all that she gives us to resonate from the core of us outward, that it may awaken and enliven all of life, all of nature, that we are a part of this world that she provides us. And we are grateful. And we breathe. We feel this vibration of gratitude open us even more to our own nature, feeling our part within the ecosystem of this planet, not above it, not beneath it, not in spite of it, but at one with it. We breathe and honor our nature. And it is from this awareness that we are now clear and grounded and willing to open ourselves up to our connection to the quantum point that resides above our head, about an arm's length. We are open, open like a tulip, like a chalice. We are open to receive and be in connection fully with the field of possibility, with the energy, the Christ consciousness that breathed us into being. And we now breathe this energy into our vessel. Crystalline, golden light flowing in and through us. We breathe this into every cell of our being. And we feel that we are expanding with every breath. Expanding beyond what is imaginable. Forever growing and expanding in this energy. And we experience fulfillment with every breath. As we grow and expand, there is more to fill, more to grow us and expand us. And we breathe, feeling this energy, experiencing it effervescent And like peppermint, that it opens us to want to breathe even more deeply, more fully into our vessel, stretching and expanding. Overcome with a new willingness that only is experienced in fulfillment. Every part of us, every bit of us filling up, that we may relax in our exhale, fully surrendering to this experience of being awash in plenty. As we breathe, we surrender the words, the ideas, and we float in the possibility that is beyond our understanding. Float in the experience of the infinite. And we breathe. We breathe and we expand. We exhale and we relax and surrender. As we breathe, we feel what it is to be breathed by this field of possibility, by this infinite field. We feel the rhythm in our being. Moving in and through us, stirring and awakening our awareness. And it is now in this expression, in this experience, that we feel our power arise in our awareness from deep within our being, deep within the core of us, rising up, crystalline blue, moving outward through our being, following the structure of our bones, creating a new and more potent structure of being. It is resonant with the infinite, and it amplifies the light, the vibration of our being. This power which is inherent in who we are, what we are. We breathe and feel it grow in us. It is not something that is given or taken. It is the truth of us, the reality of our being, accessible in this now moment. And we breathe and feel it. Feel the clarity, the resonance that it provides to our vessel. And now we experience truth rising up in our awareness, like a tuning fork that is struck. Our power resonates outwardly in truth. We feel this vibrate in us, that we may know and experience this and come to trust it more than we trust our mind, our emotions. We know truth in our vessel. That which is divine resonates in our being, guiding us, awakening us. We breathe and we acclimate to this experience, feeling it wash through our entire being. that we may recognize this. And we breathe in and feel the light and love, this beautiful orange, pinky, peach color that is beyond our understanding, washing over and through us. Harmonic, it shapes and adds to our awareness of our vibration, washing in and through every cell of our being, every atom, every microbe of our being, shaping us, awakening us to the vibration of harmony until we are resonant in it. Our power, our wisdom, our truth, the love that breathes us and that is our creative force awake, shaped and resonant in the vibration and clarity of harmony, that which is life-giving, that which is life-honoring. Awaken our vessel, awaken our thoughts, our emotions, our being. We are resonant in this, and we breathe. We experience the vibration of wholeness in and through and radiating outward from our vessel. We breathe and experience this now moment. Where in this experience is there lack, brokenness, unholiness? Where is there sin, dear ones? Experience this. Where can these words even find ground to grow in? It cannot both be true that you are whole and unholy. Dear ones, you vibrate in the holiness of that which created you. Allowing that Christed experience to emanate in and through you, resonant, radiant. Breathe and experience this through your vessel. Experience fulfillment in this now moment. And as you breathe, recognize that your light flows effortlessly outward into the consciousness of humanity, into the vibration of this planet. It is not there to fix. It is there to be resonant and to hold the vibration of what is true, what is inherent in all beings, and to vibrate in the resonance of holiness. That all beings, all vessels awaken to this truth in their being. That they find the rhythm in their breath that guides them, that is the way to this experience. Feel the connection with all of your brothers and sisters. Experience the pain, the doubt, the fear, the story, the structures that keep them small, keep them doubtful. And understand that your resonance begins to break this apart, begins to hold the energy of a new possibility, a new way emerging in the consciousness of all of humanity, in the energetic vibration of this planet. Dear ones, we awaken with you in this. Breathe and be holy. Breathe and allow inspiration to wash over and through you effortlessly. What is there that is not available to you now? No thing. All that you long for is here now. All that you imagine is already created. And we breathe that we may hold a bigger vision. Hold the energy for inspiration that is greater than understanding. And allow that inspiration to flow in and through you, effortlessly and abundantly. What is there to hold back from, dear ones? Breathe. And as you are in this, understand that this, dear ones, is your I am presence. Here in this now moment, I am. I am. I am. Beloved breathers of light, beloved beings of light, you are breathing now in the vibration of your holiness of all holiness. Awaken to this. Allow yourself to fall into the vibration of it fully, acknowledging any parts of you that are doubtful, that are feeling afraid, that wonder who you will be on the other side of this. It is only the habit of you that keeps you from fully surrendering. It is not to dismiss or deny what is true of you in this now moment, but to breathe until you experience the full willingness to let go. There is nowhere to fall, dear ones. You are only moving more fully into the truth of you. And as you breathe, you cannot unlearn, unexperience this moment, this expression, this knowing that is now resonant in your being. There is no forcing. There is only the gentle waking of you to what is greater than you can imagine. As you open yourselves, dear ones, Feel your longings, your fears, your worries fall away. If this is only true for a moment, it is worth it all, is it not? That life without all of these structures is possible. Awakening that adventurer, that seeker, that creator that is you. Being safe is not a human desire. Being alive, dear ones, fully is. And so we breathe, and we breathe with you, honoring you in this moment, honoring you in the fullness of you, honoring you in your holiness. We bless you, dear ones. As we come back to this now moment, gently rub your hands together in front of you. Taking some deep cleansing breaths, bringing the palms of your hands up to your eyes. Gently opening your eyes, bringing yourself back to this now moment, wherever you are, doing whatever it is you are doing. Here with us, we're holding this space together today. And for those of you who joined to be part of the meditation, you may wish to go back and listen to the beginning of this particular day. We talked a lot about some of the energy that is happening and some of what it is to be in this energy of opening and awakening, and what it is to be fully present to who we are, to what we are. There is a continual structure that we are awakening from. The structure that says you are not enough, the structure that says you to think these things, to do these things is blasphemous. It is sinful, it is selfish. And yet the what we are being invited to is something so much greater. So we have to be willing to ask the questions. We have to be in the vibration. We have to be willing to follow that which we are awakening to, which takes us beyond what we know and understand today. And it feels uneasy, unsettling. And if you're experiencing that, I would say that that is a good thing. If you are feeling unsettled, if you are feeling shaken to your core different times throughout the day, throughout the week, who am I? What do I want? How can I be? How can I be? And how can everyone else be? How can this happen? These are the questions that are emergent in the consciousness, not the white consciousness, not only the women, not only the men, not only the United States, but around the planet. We are awakening to what is it that is beyond our understanding, that is pulling us, that is awakening us. And this practice allows us to be in that, to feel it, to know it. I'm doing 4 workshops, the first of which is tomorrow, that will be opening to this and connecting to the um, the deeper practices, the deeper teachings of this meditation. The first one is your open channel, and it's really about we could call it your open vessel, your open willingness. It could be all of these things. And for many of you, what's happening is you are feeling more open. You're feeling more connected to spirit, more connected to your intuitive self. Of course you are, because you're opening. And so what do we do with that? Once we get beyond the, ooh, that's really cool part of it, the question is, what do we do with this? And how do we work with this? And how do we bring it into our everyday? That's what this workshop is about. And so if you're called to it, I have a couple of spots open. And I always say that people are called to this work. They feel it in them and they go, I don't even know. I don't think I belong. I don't think this is for me. I'm not that woo. Neither am I. Right? I don't know. I'm not spiritual that way. I'm not. If there is something in you that is being called up, just just and you have a question, don't get in the way of your question. Ask it. If it's not a fit, I will be honest. If it is a fit, I will also be honest. That's what this is about, is that we pay attention and we're honoring ourselves. We're honoring that which is rising up in us. We say, "Oh, I couldn't possibly, there's no way." Really pay attention. The way emerges with the energy of our yes. That I promise you. That I promise you. And I'm delighted and honored to be able to work with each and every one of you in this and to be able to um, gather together tomorrow in this opportunity to teach, to learn, to expand, to provide some tools and resources that'll help you apply this in a whole new way in your everyday.